Imagine the early hours of April 26, 1986. In the quiet town of Pripyat, Ukraine, most residents are fast asleep, unaware of the catastrophe about to unfold. At the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant, a safety test is underway. Engineers and technicians, confident in their advanced Soviet technology, begin the procedure to simulate a power outage. But something goes terribly wrong. A sudden power surge causes Reactor 4 to overheat. In a matter of seconds, the temperature rises uncontrollably. The reactor's core, filled with highly reactive graphite, ignites. An explosion rips through the reactor, sending a plume of radioactive smoke high into the night sky. The force of the blast is so powerful that it blows the heavy reactor lid into the air. Flames illuminate the dark, and a deadly cloud begins to spread. The explosion is deafening, shattering the silence of the night. The control room is thrown into chaos. Alarms blare, and red warning lights flash everywhere. Plant workers, shocked and disoriented, scramble to make sense of what has just happened. They rush to the scene, but the sight that greets them is beyond comprehension. The reactor building is torn apart, and a ferocious fire rages, fueled by radioactive material. The air is thick with smoke and the acrid smell of burning chemicals. The radiation level is astronomical, yet the workers, driven by duty and desperation, try to contain the fire. Unbeknownst to them, every breath they take, every second they spend near the reactor, is sealing their fate. Within minutes, firefighters from Pripyat arrive, expecting a routine industrial fire. They have no idea of the invisible enemy they are about to face. As they douse the flames with water, the radioactive particles cling to their clothes, skin, and lungs. Their bravery is matched only by their tragic ignorance of the lethal radiation exposure. Among them is 23-year-old firefighter Vasily Ignatenko. As he battles the blaze, his skin starts to burn from the intense radiation. He and his comrades fight on, unaware that they are being poisoned by the very air they breathe. Their sacrifice is immediate and immense. As dawn breaks, Pripyat remains blissfully unaware. Children play, people go to work, and life seems normal. But by mid-morning, the truth can no longer be hidden. Radiation levels are skyrocketing. The order to evacuate comes swiftly. Buses arrive, and residents are given just minutes to pack a few belongings. They leave behind their homes, pets, and a lifetime of memories, believing they will return in a few days. The streets are filled with a surreal mix of confusion and urgency. Parents clutch their children, elderly residents shuffle toward the buses, and the sound of hurried footsteps echoes through the town. The once vibrant city quickly becomes a ghost town. Thousands of soldiers, known as liquidators, are called in to clean up the disaster. They work tirelessly to contain the radiation, often with little protection. They shovel radioactive debris, build a concrete sarcophagus around the reactor, and sacrifice their health to prevent further catastrophe. One liquidator, Alexei Ananenko, along with his colleagues Valery Bezpalov and Boris Baranov, volunteers for a suicide mission to drain a pool of water beneath the reactor. If left untouched, it could cause a second, even more devastating explosion. The men wade through radioactive water, knowing that this mission will likely be their last. Their bravery and determination are extraordinary. Days turn into weeks, and Pripyat becomes a ghost town. Homes, schools, and playgrounds stand abandoned, frozen in time. The Ferris wheel in the town's amusement park, which was never used, looms eerily over the deserted streets. Nature begins to reclaim the streets, but the invisible threat remains. Radiation seeps into everything, making it too dangerous for life to return. The town is silent, save for the occasional creak of decaying structures and the whisper of the wind through empty buildings. Pripyat stands as a chilling reminder of the disaster, a monument to the human and environmental cost of Chernobyl. News of the disaster spreads around the world, shaking the foundations of trust in nuclear power. Countries reevaluate their policies. and the human and environmental cost of Chernobyl becomes a stark warning. The world watches, learns, and hopes that such a tragedy will never happen again. In the immediate aftermath, Europe is on high alert as radioactive fallout spreads across the continent. People in neighboring countries are told to stay indoors, and food and water supplies are monitored for contamination. The fear of radiation grips the world as invisible particles drift silently on the wind. The impact on health is devastating. Thyroid cancers, birth defects, and long-term illnesses become part of the legacy of Chernobyl. The survivors, known as Chernobylites, carry the scars of radiation exposure, both seen and unseen. Their resilience and stories of survival are a testament to human endurance. Vasily Ignatenko's wife, Lyudmila, tells the harrowing tale of watching her husband succumb to acute radiation sickness. His skin blackens, his organs fail, and he is unrecognizable by the time he passes away. The pain and suffering of the victims are unimaginable, and their stories are a powerful reminder of the cost of nuclear disaster. Chernobyl changes everything. It leads to improvements in nuclear safety, more rigorous regulations, and a deeper understanding of the risks involved. The disaster is a turning point, reminding humanity of the power and danger of nuclear energy. The international community comes together to share knowledge and resources, ensuring that such an event never happens again. Nuclear plants around the world undergo safety upgrades, and new protocols are established to prevent another Chernobyl. The legacy of the disaster is a safer, more cautious approach to nuclear power. Today, Chernobyl stands as a haunting reminder of the past. Tours to the exclusion zone offer a glimpse into the eerie, abandoned world left behind. The sarcophagus over Reactor 4 is a monument to those who lost their lives and those who risked everything to save others. Chernobyl's story is one of tragedy, heroism, and the enduring impact of human error. Visitors walk through the silent streets of Pripyat, the Geiger counters clicking ominously in the background. They see the remnants of lives abruptly interrupted, from children's toys left behind to calendars still showing April 1986. The site is a poignant memorial to the disaster, a place where the world can reflect on the lessons of Chernobyl. Thank you for watching this story about Chernobyl. If you found it as captivating as we did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more fascinating content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support helps us create more stories that matter. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.